Let me tell you one thing, Tailwind is awesome. It makes you so much quicker when developing and relieves your codebase from dozens of CSS files. And to make Tailwind even better, I found 3 extensions that you definitely need because, okay, to be honest, 2 of them are just quality of life fixes, but 1 can really change how fast you develop. And in the end, I will even give you that one trick a lot of people don't know when using Tailwind, which especially beginners could benefit from. So I don't want to waste your time. Let's get started with the first extension. And the first extension is actually, let's say the 0 extension. I don't know, we are programmers, we start with 0 when developing with arrays, for example. So one thing that you really need, because it's so crucial when developing with Tailwind, is IntelliSense. So just type in Tailwind IntelliSense. If you don't have this installed, install it. You will need it, because what that makes is that you just can type in classes and space x4, for example, and you get this small window where it's explaining what it does, and then you can just use this and you see what is the CSS that's actually getting applied here, and all those stuff that is really needed when you develop with Tailwind. But I guess most of the people watching this already knew that. So let's get started with really the first tip here. And if you wonder what project that is actually my website here. It's currently looking like that. So maybe you want to take a look at that for some inspiration, link in the description. But let's get started with a banger extension. And that is Tailwind Fold. Because one problem that Tailwind has is that it's just not that pretty. I mean, let's be honest, if we take a look at this file, it's a lot of classes getting applied here. Even if you work with responsiveness and stuff like that, it's just getting, let's say, a little bit dirty. So one extension here is Tailwind Fold. So let's install that quickly. Go into the extension manager and install Tailwind Fold. And Tailwind Fold gives you the possibility to just get rid of all those class names, but not generally, just when you need it. So what you can see here already is the standard behavior. So this file just looks so much cleaner. So now we can really concentrate on what is really important, because most of the time we don't need to see every class name. So we can toggle that actually with Control Option A, I think. Yes. But this extension has even more features. So we can go into the settings and just type in Tailwind Fold like that. And then we see, Tailwind Fold settings, and we can say, please auto fold it when we open something. We can do a unfolded text opacity, which is really cool. So for example, 0.4. And then when we unfold that, then it's just like we can say this is the normal state, because usually we don't need to see all classes. So maybe we want to sometimes tweak something on that. So this could be a cool way, because now we can still concentrate on the overall structure and no need to go inside of these things here. What else can we do? We can set a fold length threshold. So let me set 60 here, for example. And if I go in here now and go into the fold state, then for example, this one gets not folded because it's under the threshold, if you get me. So this is really cool. You can now concentrate on the JSX or TSX or HTML syntax, whatever you want to name it, and are not getting annoyed by all those class names. Because sometimes maybe if you work with animations or some responsiveness, then you need a lot of class names, and this can get very ugly, as you saw in one of my previous videos about Tailwind animations. That's the first one. And we go to the second one. And the second one is called Tailwind Docs. Tailwind Docs is sounding pretty simple. So let's install it and I will show what that gives us. So sometimes maybe you're just developing your stuff and are maybe just styling with Tailwind, and then you don't get this in your head. In CSS it was line height, but how is this now handled in Tailwind and stuff like that? So what you can do then is just go Command P or Command Shift P, I think, and then you can just type in Tailwind Docs, or you just type in line height, for example, and then you get directly to the Tailwind Docs line height. You just click enter, and pretty simple. A simple browser just opens up and you get to the perfect page. What that gives you is just a nicer way to explore the docs, because you don't need to go to the browser every time. You just can do it inside of here. So what you can do is, line height is working, so like with leading, and then we can go back, develop our stuff, and have this opened all the time. So we can go here and just search something with space between, for example, and just have this in a simple browser here. Or just as I showed you in the beginning, type in Command Shift P and go with Tailwind Docs, and then you can get all those commands here, whatever you are interested in. Thank you for watching until here. But now you get one extra trick, I would say. One trick that a lot of people miss when using Tailwind in VS Code. And this is called the quick suggestions setting. Because maybe you faced this one problem. Let's say you just declare a div and then you want to add a class name, and maybe you're a beginner and you don't see anything, but you are here inside. Where's the IntelliSense? It's not even there. And maybe if I already type S for spacing or something like that, I don't get the IntelliSense. Where is the IntelliSense? Maybe you face one of these problems. And of course, there's a solution for that. And for that, we go into the settings and type in quick suggestions like that. And there's a setting for strings, and we just enable that. So we go here in and say on and then say OK. So now if we go in here and declare a div, for example, and say class name S, and we get exactly what we want. So we get all those. And this is called quick suggestions. I recommend you to enable that because this is just easier for beginners, because sometimes the IntelliSense is not working quite properly, and this is the fix you need for that. So let's get now to the last extension, and the last extension is called Tailwind Shades. Tailwind Shades is pretty nice, especially when you work with colors sometimes. So we just install it, and then we go into this Tailwind config file. Maybe I do a video about that because that can get quite complex. But let's say we just want a color here, or we just have a color, which is the brand color of our company or of our university project or stuff like that. Let's say for me it's now, I don't know, just 0DF3. I don't know, this is type of red. But what we can do now with that is we can just mark this, for example, say Command-Shift-P, and then type in color palette. And there's a setting called Tailwind Shades Generate Custom Color Palette. We click that and we get a custom color palette. We can specify the name of that here. So my red, for example, stuff like that. Oh no, this is not allowed, but this is allowed. And what we can do now is we specify a div here, and then we can say class name, BG for background, my red, and there is the color. So this Tailwind extension is just giving you a whole color palette. So pretty cool, right? With that, you just save so much time developing any special color palettes, because we are no designers, we are developers. I always say that we want it quick and simple, and this is the way we can do it. So just get your color and put it in here. I think there's even a shortcut for that. So let's take another color. So I think Command K and G, or Command K and then G. Yes, this is also working. Don't forget to rename it, because otherwise you would override the normal Tailwind classes. So call it my teal, and then you can go inside here, say my teal. There it is, because teal is already existing, but my teal is looking better. And this was the third extension. Thank you for watching this video. If you are interested in Tailwind in general, then stick to this channel, because a lot of videos are coming, and there are even videos in the past. So if you want to learn more, watch them and watch what's upcoming. Thank you, and bye bye.